let's look at this past Waec question. Okay, so the question says find the value of y in the diagram above. Okay, so this diagram is a shape with four sides. So it's a four-sided shape. Let's count: one, two, three, four, five. I mean five-sided shape. Okay, and that's a pentagon. So, and each of these shape, we have different angles, but the angles are external angles. Okay, the angles are what? External angles. And the sum of the external angles of a polygon is 360 degree. So to find the value of y here, we sum up everything and equate it to 360. So let's do that. So I'm going to start from here. I will say 4y plus 2y plus 3y plus 5y plus 4y, and we equate it to 360 degrees. Okay, so 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 3 is so everything here, 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 will give us 18y equals to 360 degree. Okay, so from here we divide both sides by 18. Say y equals to 360 degree divided by 18, and y equals to 20 degree. And that's the answer.
Today we are going to take another past y question, and the question simply says the product of two numbers is 40 and their sum is 30. Find the numbers. Okay, so there are so many tricky way of getting this answer, but today I want to solve it. Okay, in case this question is asking your theory how to tackle it. Okay, so I want to solve it the exact way that y will be interested, exact way that wife would like to see it. Okay, so I'm going to say let the numbers be x and y. I've already written that down. So since the number is x and y, though I will take it statement by statement. Okay, so I'll say the product of two numbers is 40. So the product simply means multiplication. So it means when you multiply two numbers, the result is equals to 40. So let's say x times y equals to 40. That's the first statement. So x times y is the same thing as what? Xy equals to 40. Right? So also, let's take the second statement that says their sum is 13. Sum, addition, plus, all these things means the same thing. So means x plus y equals to 13. So let's call this equation 1 and also call this equation 2. Okay, so from here, I will say from equation 1, rather equation 2, let's make y the subject of the formula. Okay, so to make y the subject of the formula here, we say y equals to 13 minus x. So let me call that equation 3. Right, so the next thing will now be substitute y in equation 2. Okay, let me quickly explain this. So we are making y the subject in equation 2, right? When you make y the subject, then you take x to the other side. So we have 13 minus x. Now we want to put this 13 minus x in equation 1, rather. We want to put this into equation 1 so that we can solve for the value of x. So to do that, we are going to have x y equals to 40. So anywhere we see y now, we just replace with 13 minus x. So I'm going to have x bracket 13 minus x equals to 40. Okay, so from here, what we are going to do is to open the bracket or to expand, like we used to call it. So x times 13 will give us 13x minus x times x will give us x squared equals to 40. Alright, so from here we can rearrange by, when we rearrange, we are going to have x squared or minus x squared plus 13x equals to 40, right? So we multiply all through by minus 1 so that we can remove the minus in front of x squared. This is like minus 1 x squared. So to remove this negative number in front of x squared, we are going to multiply everything by minus 1. And if you do that, you are going to have x squared minus 13x equals to minus 440. Alright, so from here, x squared, let me write it here, x squared minus 13x, okay, when the 40 moves to the other side, become plus 40 equals to 0. And this is a quadratic equation, okay? So a quadratic equation, okay, we want to solve for the value of x. So what we are going to do here is simply to say, okay, what two numbers are we going to multiply to get 40, alright? So you can try different numbers, but here I'm going to pick 8 and 5. So I'm going to have minus 8x minus 5x plus 40 equals to 0. Okay, so minus 8x minus 5x will give us minus 13, and minus 8 times minus 5 will give us plus 40. So from here we factor out what is common. So what is common between 8x squared minus 8x? X is common, so you factor it out. Then we have x minus 8 minus, what is common here? 5, because 5 can go in itself and it can also go in 40. So we have 5 open bracket x minus 8 equals to 0. So from here, we can write as x minus 8, x minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, so we now say either of them is equals to 0. So x minus 8 equals to 0, or x minus 5 equals to 0. So from here, x equals to 8 or x equals to 5. Okay, so we have gotten the value of x equals to 8 or x equals to 5. So the product of two numbers is 40. 8 times 5, that's 40. 8 plus 5, that's 13. We've gotten our answer. But to take it further, you can also substitute to get the value of y by saying substitute for x in equation 3. Okay, in equation 3. So we want to solve it completely because of we are trying to make sure that we cover all the steps required in Waec. Okay, so let's substitute y equals to 13 minus x. So I'm going to say when x equals to 8, y will give me 13 minus 8 will give me 5. Also, when y equals to, that's when x equals to 8. Then also, when x equals to 5, I'm going to have y equals to 13 minus 5 will give me 8. So when x equals to 5. So you can see now, therefore, the product of 8 and 5 equals to 40, and sum of 8 plus 5 equals to 13. And that satisfies the question. Thank you.
We are going to quickly tackle this Waec question. So the question is on matrix, and the question simply says find the value of x for which 2x minus 3, x minus 5 equals to 14. Okay, so this line is a determinant. It means you have to find the determinant of this value and then equate it to 14. So to do that, you multiply 2x multiply by minus 5 minus x multiplied by minus 3. Then you equate it to 14. So 2x times minus 5 will give us minus 10x. Then minus times minus will give us plus. Plus 3x equals to 14. So minus 10x plus 3x, it will give us 7x, right? Okay, minus 7x, because the minus value here, the 10 is carrying the negative value. Okay, so we are going to have minus 7x equals to 14. So from here, we divide both sides by divide both sides by minus 7. So we have minus 7x all over minus 7 equals to 14 all over minus 7. So x equals to 14 divided by minus 7 will give us minus 2. Thank you.